NBA.com has dropped its Eastern Conference power rankings, and the Chicago Bulls come in 6th. Is that too high, too low, or just right? Let's talk about it starting now. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago Bulls content daily. This is going to be the outlet where we drop our daily Bulls content on. So make sure that you guys are in tune with us over here on the Chicago Bulls Breeze. The NBA.com has released its power rankings, and the Bulls come in 6th. Interesting spot for the Bulls to me. I can't say I completely disagree. The teams above them, I agree with most of them, right? Celtics, Bucks, Sixers. All right, let's have that conversation. Fine. Heat. All right, I can live with it. Raptors is an interesting one. They got them above us at 5, but then the Bulls come in at 6. And some of the reasons that they talk about the Bulls being at that 6th spot, I can't disagree with completely, but I think some of the numbers would speak to the Bulls being a little bit higher than lower. But one of the things that really stood out to me is that the Bulls were one of the only teams since the 2018-19 Nets that had a winning record but a negative point differential. But when you look at some of the different things that the Bulls were able to do right, you can definitely see that health was a clear issue on this. I think ranking 6th right now in the Eastern Conference to start the season, it's not a bad place for us to be based on how we finished out the season last year. But some key numbers to really look at with the Bulls. When you look at this Bulls team from last season, right, they had the league's 2nd best record, 35-5, when they were leading at the half, and they had the league's 3rd best record, 38-7, when leading by double digits. And I think that that's the thing when you're talking about the Chicago Bulls, right, that really stands out this season. Offensively, this Bulls team never had any issues last year. DeMar DeRozan led the NBA with a staggering 458 3-point or mid-range shots made, I believe, on 45% shooting, dominating the league in that. Huge on clutch shots, did a lot of those things well, but he had to be forced into this role for a team that essentially wasn't the team that we put together initially, and the Bulls still ended up doing pretty well last season. So I'm not mad at the 6th spot. I feel like the 6th spot is okay for the Bulls, because when you take into account everything that happened on the previous season, you also have to take into account that a lot of the things that the NBA is putting out right now is based on, we don't know what Lonzo Ball is. When you think about this team with Lonzo Ball, completely different basketball team, moved the ball different, attacked the rim different, finished at the cup different, got open looks in the corner, completely different, right? And it's not a slight to Al DeSumo at all, right? It just showed the inexperience of not having that guy like Lonzo in the game on a consistent basis. And so I feel like, to me, right, like if you're talking about what the Bulls have to do to move up in that, right, like it's honestly just be healthy. And I think most Bulls fans would agree with that. Now, before I continue with the video, I do want to know how you guys feel, man. Let me know in the comments below. Do you feel like the Chicago Bulls should rank higher on this list or lower on this list based on the teams that are on here? I'll be down in the comments talking with you as well. Also, make sure you hit that like button for me. Another interesting stat that that really stood out to me about the Bulls this season, right, is the fact that they were top 10 in field goal percentage in just about every category in the league, right? They were 58% in the paint. From the mid-range, they shot at 43%. That was 4th in the NBA. And from the three-point range, they were 36%. That was also 4th in the NBA. So it kind of speaks to what the Chicago Bulls were doing this offseason and how this Bulls team really changed this offseason, right? Because when you're talking about a team that needed to add to it, especially coming into this season and trying to improve your team, right? When you look at the numbers here, you're feeling more on the defensive side, which guess what? Getting healthy fixes a lot of that, right? You got Lonzo Ball, you got Caruso in there more, Patrick Williams in there more. That improves your defense drastically. And then on the offensive side, right, what did we really need to help our offensive side of the ball? Well, we needed somebody else besides Vooch that could get down there and tip the ball out and get some offensive boards. That's also going to help you on the defensive side because you'll be able to get the ball back. You won't be giving teams so many extra possessions. And you needed guys that you felt could knock down shots outside of the guys that were there. But again, right, the guys that are there weren't there. So like it keeps coming back to the same thing. And so I think that this Bulls team absolutely will move up the power rankings quickly. I think you could see a team that competes a lot like it did at the beginning of the season next year. And when it does come down to how healthy Lonzo Ball will be coming into the year, but I also think that it comes down to how well these guys are going to gel, how well these guys are going to play together. We do know that Dalen Terry, Patrick Williams, Kobe White, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, they're all working out in LA right now together. So they're trying to build that chemistry like they did last season quickly here. I'm sure Lonzo will peek in on them at some point out there. So I feel like the Bulls are doing a lot of good things. I like what we're seeing from this team here. I feel like this is a good direction for this team to be moving into. And I feel like this Bulls team is going to put its best foot forward coming into the season. And yes, 6th is not bad to start off the season power rankings wise. It's where we finished last year. It's still outside of the play-in. And I think that they're going to move up there pretty quickly because y'all know me, right? I'm not a believer in what Philly's building. I'm not a believer in what Miami has going on anymore. Like, I understand where they were, right? But they didn't improve themselves to me this offseason. So now there's still moves that could be made. Maybe one big move comes down the pipeline for them. But I think that we'll see the Bulls move up a little bit better. And I think that AK betting on continuity will work out as long as everybody's healthy. But as always, man, I do want to know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bulls content. Click the links on the screen or check the links in the description below. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.